everybody! Welcome to my YouTube channel, Poverty Hill Adventures. Today's video is going to be a odds and ends video, or as I like to call it, a Oddments video, and it's going to be Oddments number 85. The other day, there's a knock on the door, and I go to the door, and it's my friend and neighbor Cheryl, and she's got something all wrapped up, got a cloth over it, you know, and she says, "Happy birthday," and she hands me this, and instead of a cake, she baked the most delicious sourdough bread, and it was warm right out of the oven, and let me tell you, it was fantastic. It was absolutely amazing. So thank you, Cheryl, for the loaf of homemade sourdough bread. There's a cool story that goes with the sourdough starter that Cheryl used. She got that starter from a friend of hers who's into primitive rendezvous, mountain man rendezvous, and lives in the state of Wyoming. Recently got married in a teepee. I mean, just really cool people. And the starter for that loaf of sourdough bread came all the way from the state of Wyoming. I mean, I thought it was pretty cool, and thanks again, Cheryl, for the bread. I had the opportunity to work on a very cool axe the other day, a Norlund axe. It was for a friend of mine, and I had to fabricate a handle for it, and I just want to share a picture of it. For those of you who are into axes and are into restoring old tools, check out this beauty. Remember when you were in kindergarten? I know for some of you that's a long time ago, but I'll bet you that every one of you remembers Show and Tell Day, and that's what I feel the start of this video is show and tell. Well, I got another thing I want to show and tell about. Check out this big hat Coleman lantern that our friend Kevin picked up at a garage sale for the whopping sum of $5, and he dropped it off for me, and I tinkered around with just a little bit with it, and within a couple of minutes time I had that old Coleman big hat working. So check out those garage sales. There's still some bargains to be had at them. I came across this patch of wildflowers the other day when I was out on a hike, and Allegheny Park officially became a park back in the 1920s. It's a large tract of I'm going to call it wilderness. Just an absolutely beautiful place. And way back in the 20s and 30s, the park was served by a camp store. So if you were down there camping, you could resupply certain things at the camp store, and it was called the Quaker Store. It was on the Quaker end of the park, and the store, although it's not in the same building, is still there, and they've set up a little museum inside there, and I stopped the other day to check it out, and here's some pictures of what camping was like back in the 20s and 30s. I went to pull out the SD cards out of my trail cameras the other day, and several of the cameras were filled with ants. Somehow or the other, the ants had found the cameras, climbed inside them, and do whatever ants do, get out of the weather, I guess. And the camera, once I opened up that door, was just swarms of ants. I did manage to get a few trail cam pictures, and here they are. And then I've got the following clip, which is a bit of a mystery, but I think it was a bear, and it was up real close. The camera is about yay high off the ground, and you can just make out the top of a bear's head and an ear. So I better be on my toes. There's a bear real close to camp. Until next time, everybody, take care. Thanks for watching. Remember to keep on trucking, and don't forget to believe in yourself even when no one else does.